A very good morning to my dear class 9 IT students. We were reading chapter number 4, Entrepreneurial Skills, and in previous lecture we have read the characteristics of EDP, and EDP stands for Entrepreneurship Development Programs. So last characteristics was a process. EDP last characteristics was a process, and it was having three phases in it. First was pre-training, training, and then the post-training. So we have read that EDP is a continuous process and it involves 3 steps. So today we'll be discussing the steps of EDP in detail. So these steps have to be followed in the sequence. First is pre-training, then comes training, and then the post-training. So let us discuss these 3 steps in detail one by one. Okay, so what is pre-training? So pre-training in this suitable environment is developed for starting of the training. Okay, here the people, they are made aware about the efforts and whatever the schemes are available, so that they may start their own enterprise. Okay, so the opportunity is available, the scope available for them for opening up or for starting up their own new enterprise is discussed among them. Okay, so it enables them to understand the vast benefits that they can acquire through EDP. Okay, so basically here the importance of EDP is demonstrated, so that they may also feel excited to attend the EDP. EDP is just like the training only. So this is the first phase of training, where they are made aware about the importance, the opportunities, the scope that is available, so that they may start up their own business. Okay, next comes the training part, the main part where the actual training starts up. Okay, so here the entrepreneurs, they are made aware about the opportunities, they are motivated, they are imparted managerial training, they are also given the hands-on experience. Okay, so that they may feel confident. Okay, so it is a very important step, and it is very important phase actually, where the entrepreneur actually, they are learning, they feel motivated, and because they are given knowledge this there, and they can select their, or they can set their goals and targets there, and once they have been given this information, after that they can implement that information in their own enterprise. Okay, so actually it is a subjective exercise, where the participants or the entrepreneurs, they are whatever, whosoever are the would-be entrepreneurs, so they are known as participants here. They will carry out the market research through surveys. Okay, and then they will prepare their project plans. Okay, so actually they are given practical knowledge, how the things they can implement, how they can deal with the risks, what strategies they must make, how to get in touch with the finance people, and so on. So by the end of this phase, a training report is prepared. Okay, where they can further, from where they can proceed further. Okay, and next step comes the post training. In post training, once the training has been done, and in order to provide the support to that business enterprise, to the entrepreneurs, they are giving support in terms of actually the raw materials. Okay, they can make them EDP, when they can make them available the raw materials, from where they can buy that raw material, machinery, from where the entrepreneurs can buy machinery, finance department they are introduced, so that they may contact them whenever they are in need of the finance for expanding up their business. Okay, so it is just like the follow up. Okay, once they have started up their business, how they are following up, what problems they are facing, and how they can overcome those problems will be taught in this post training period. Okay, next is issues in the EDP. These EDPs are basically organized to maximize the benefits of the entrepreneurs, or in order to give them the guidelines how the things are to be carried out, how the goals and targets are to be set and achieved. But there are some issues while implementing them, these EDPs. Actually, EDP, they are, distribution of EDP is not proper in different regions. Somewhere EDPs are being taken up, somewhere they are not. So wherever they are taken up, that region, the entrepreneurs, they are benefited. Rest of the entrepreneurs in a particular country, especially in India, they are not benefited by the knowledge they are providing through these EDPs. Okay, uniformity is not there, and upgradation sometimes has not been done up in the EDP content. So that is also a very important and urgent issue that should be taken care of. Okay, that whosoever are interested in attending the EDP should be available for them, means in those areas where EDP sessions are not quite frequent, there also the EDP session should be started up, and the upgradation in the content of the EDP should be there. Okay, some of the key issues that required urgent attention in the EDP, that the content of the EDP, means the structure and the composition of EDP, it should be taken care of, it should be updated. The operational areas where the EDP should focus on, those areas should be kept in mind while EDP is being implemented. The priorities should be fixed up, where the EDP people have to focus, that priorities should be fixed up. Follow up should be taken up. Follow up, they are basically taken up in this post training. Okay, so this follow up are very important, so that they may deal with the problems of the new entrepreneurs, right? Methods of financing should be made available to the new entrepreneurs so that they may easily grow up. Okay, next, the uniformity, the spatial distribution, dispersal of the EDP, means the uniformity is not there. So uniformity of this EDP program should be taken care of, and the training of the participants should be done properly. Okay, in addition, some other operational issues are, while implementing the EDP, some problems may arise. Those problems are like the EDP people who want to implement EDP, those who want to impart training, they find less support of the agencies or the professional organizations, because of which they are not able to conduct their EDP sessions properly. Okay, because of which the entrepreneurial potential that is minimized, means the entrepreneurs, they are not getting proper guidance, because the EDP people, they were not able to organize the EDP programs properly. Okay, next comes the lack of innovation. When the EDP programs, they are being organized, somewhere they are lagging in innovation. They are just focusing on the maintenance function, what should be done to overcome this, but they are somewhere missing the new ideas that they must give to the upcoming entrepreneurs, so that they may start up with a fresh thing, new idea that has never been taken up till the date. Okay, next is sometimes the EDP people, they feel insufficient investment by the participating establishments, and to whom they are delivering the content, the target groups, they are also not that effective. Okay, if the knowledge that EDP people are giving, the target people to whom they have to provide, they are not interested in that type of knowledge, so that knowledge will go waste, right? Sometimes EDP people, they don't have sufficient investment, means the finances were not proper to conduct that particular EDP. That problem is also there, right? Sometimes the EDP, they are not properly managed, the incompetent stuff is there, and management of organizing up the EDP was not proper. Okay, Next is the EDP people. They are EDPs that is being conducted, actually they are not able to recognize the objectives and need of the entrepreneurs. Okay. Next is sometimes the marketing is not done properly, and next is sometimes the availability of the inputs, like whenever they are doing the training process, EDP people, they are doing the training process, so at that time the inputs are not proper, because while imparting the training they might need certain raw materials or some infrastructure is required, so that particular availability has not been done just because the finances were not proper. Okay. And next problem can be like insufficient planning to implement the training methodology. Sometimes the training is not imparted properly, they have not taken up the proper sequence into consideration, that in which sequence they will be executing their EDP programs or training. The content clarity is not there in EDPs, right? The objective is not clear, follow up has not been taken up. Fine. Next can be your resource flow. Why follow up has not been taken up? Because there were limited resources. Okay. And workforce is also limited. Supporting agencies, they were also not there, because they, in order to follow up, they will also EDP, they will also need finances, so they need supporting agencies. If supporting agencies are not there with the proper finances, so they will not be able to take up the follow ups. Okay. Sometimes they are not taken up, sometimes finances are not there. So because of these reasons, EDP sometimes they face some operational issues while being implementing the things. Okay. Sometimes proper information access is not proper, and technology availability was not being done. In that case also there can be some operational issues in EDP. So next topic is your session 8, rewards of entrepreneurship, or we can say advantages of entrepreneurship. Actually the success of an entrepreneur is not totally dependent on him. His team along with him he is working upon is also equally important in implementation of the things. So but the entrepreneur, he must have certain skills so that they may give he may be able to give the correct guidelines, motivation and many other things that are dependent upon the entrepreneur only, because he is the one who has to give the right direction to the individuals or the team are working under him. Okay. So he must recognize the current and the future requirements of the human resources, mean the people who are working under them, so what they will need. Like you want to implement something through technology, so they will need laptops to implement it, or they may be in need of certain other technology to implement that. So an entrepreneur must recognize the current and the future requirement of the human resources, means the people who are working in the enterprise. Okay. And they must have the required skill set, like if you want to implement your things in digital world. Okay. So your staff should have the training to should get the training to implement those things. So required skill set should be there in the employees from whom you want this implementation to be done in digital format, right? So proper skill set should be given or imparted to the people who are working under a particular enterprise. Okay. So it is the responsibility of the entrepreneur only to check it and to motivate as a leader to his employees, so that whatever goals and target he is setting to attain, they all must help them. Okay. And the entrepreneur, he must have effective communication with the staff also. Now some rewards, or we can say advantages of the entrepreneur is that an entrepreneur is his own boss. Okay. He he has to set up the targets himself. He will design the activities from the very beginning till the end himself, and he himself will be involved throughout the process. So he will be highly satisfied. Whatever decisions he has taken, he will be highly satisfied with it. Okay. Next is an entrepreneur does not have a stipulated income, means his income is not fixed, and the income or the salary is totally dependent upon the performance he is doing. Okay, whatever things he is implementing for his enterprise, the salary or the outcome or the growth is totally dependent upon those things only, the performance level of the entrepreneur. It is totally dependent upon that. Entrepreneur can experiment with the new ideas, okay, so that he may deal with the advancement in the society. An entrepreneur, actually, he is the owner of the enterprise, so he has the ability to deal with the risks, and he should be ready for dealing with the uncertainties also. So he must be a good decision maker, that at what period of time what decision should be taken up. Next is an entrepreneur can set his own schedule according to his own priorities. No one can ask him that why he is coming late and why he is leaving early. So he has to decide each and everything. The working timings are totally flexible for him. So last topic for today's session is session number 9, the scope of entrepreneurship in India. Okay, in India, actually, small enterprises, they are coming into existence nowadays, and what has been observed, that sometimes the resources are available, the workforce is also available, means workforce means the labor is also available with the entrepreneurs, but still there is not that much growth as much it is required. So somewhere we feel that something is missing, like why economic growth is not taking up when resources are available and the workforce is also available. So it is just because that the direction is not proper, means the entrepreneurs, they don't have the right direction. So the government has also sensed the problem, and they are updating the industrial policies now, and they have made the 5-year plans also to enhance the industrial growth. Okay, and the government has started offering various incentives and concessions to the enterprise, those who are being struggling up for them especially. And few organizations are also there. Central government is forming up a new organization like IFCI, that is Industrial Financial Corporation of India, and state government is also starting up with his own financial corporations. Okay, so that the growth of the entrepreneurship in India should be enhanced. And the scope of entrepreneurship, actually, it is very good in India, and for that new institutions are also coming up for their support. Okay, now I'll be naming up few institutions that are there for the help of new entrepreneurs. Like first is Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI. Small Industrial Development Bank of India is SIDBI. Next is Small Industries Development Organization, that is SIDO. You must learn the names of these organizations that are there in support for the new entrepreneurs. Then comes your National Small Industries Corporation. Next is your Small Industries Service Institutes, Small Scale Industries Development Corporation. Then is District Industries Center. So these were the few organizations that are ready to help the new entrepreneurs in terms of finances. Okay, Government is also setting up many new institutions for their growth time to time. Okay, so some well known examples of successful entrepreneurs are Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy of Infosys Technologies, Mr. Shiv Nadar of HCL Technologies, Dhirubhai Ambani of Reliance Industries. Okay, so many examples are there in front of us from India only, those who have grown to a greater extent and have set examples for others also. Okay, and some Indian companies, they were featured in the Forbes magazines. Okay, Forbes magazine, actually it is a US business magazine. Okay, so one of another entrepreneur, Mrs. Kiran Shah, he is a chairman and the managing director of Biocon Limited, and he was awarded Padma Shri in 1989 and Padma Bhushan in 2005 for establishing a biggest biotechnology company in India in 2004, and she was the India's richest woman. Another example he is giving, like Mr. Subhash Chandra, who is the founder of ZTV. Actually, he was a rice trader from Hisar, Haryana only, but he was having interest in some other fields also, like he was having interest in packaging, theme parks, lotteries, and cinema multiplexes. And in 1992, October 1992, he launched the Z Film Limited, ZTV. So it depends totally upon your interest, your innovative idea, where you can turn up. Okay, so scope of entrepreneurs in India is good, but sometimes some issues are there because of which it goes unattended, and government is trying to cover up the problems. Okay, whatever the problems the entrepreneurs are facing, like insufficient material is available to them, capital is not available proper to them, training facilities are not proper, lack of control, inadequate marketing facilities. So government is taking care of these things and will then should also take care of at these things at the regular reviews, and updates should be given up to the entrepreneurs whatever new things they are implementing, right? So here we are at the end of the chapter. So let us fill these three true, false and fill-ups in our book. A dash business is community business is set up by the communities facing challenging together in developing a business. Next is the core of the entrepreneur lies in the assumptions of the risk appearance while implementing the new thoughts in the business. It is true. And EDP was designed to promote small enterprises by identifying and training the prospective entrepreneurs. So today your chapter is complete, and soon we'll be having a test of it, so be ready for it and complete the notes of the same. Thank you so much.